Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? What's happening? You already know what time it is. It's MoSports TV. It is May 15th. It's MoSports and Matt Chi. We back once again,
Yes,
and
sir.
we're here to talk about the NBA playoffs. Round 2. It's going down. We got 4 good series going on. And we're going to talk our shit. You already know we're going to talk our shit.
We got to. After last night, too, the boys are back in town. They had
boys
us
are
written
back in
off,
town.
bro. They really did. A lot of people were writing off the New York Knicks after 2 losses. But you know what they say? The NBA playoffs, the series doesn't start until the road team wins a game.
That's right.
And
That's
listen,
right.
the Knicks have the chance to start and finish this series tomorrow night in Indiana. Or not tomorrow night, Friday night.
Friday.
In Indiana. An extra day's rest. I will take it. With the state of the NBA playoffs and how physical things have been, days off are very valuable.
They are. We need these 2 days more than anybody. Especially with the OG Anunoby injury. Obviously, it's looking like he's going for the series. And
just the series, though, right?
Just
there's
just
a
the
chance.
series.
There's a little chance if we move on that OG could be back. They said that he's been on the floor and he's putting in like 8 hours a day.
No, I think he's back for next round if we win. I'm gonna say if just to be humble, but really when we win. We're gonna is
immediately follows it up with when.
You know the fucking vibes.
Yeah.
As far as the series goes in general, it's been a very entertaining series. Even though there's been pretty much like 2 blowouts the last 2 games, it's still been some great basketball being played on both sides. As far as the state of the series goes, I feel like the Knicks have took all the momentum away from the Pacers last game.
It's ridiculous, bro, how much of a different player like this. I know I am a Tyrese Halliburton hater to the core. I will come out and say that. And I've been looking for every angle to hate on the guy. But something that is just so evident to even a non-biased eye is how different he is on the road versus when they're the home team, right? He loves to chat and be this big, bad, tough guy when the Indiana Pacers are at home. But all of a sudden, he came into MSG, and Tyrese Halliburton was looking mighty small, getting locked up by Deuce McBride. I mean, he was on Rikers last night. That was scary performance by Deuce.
It was very, very good coaching move, first of all, by Coach Tibbs. Let me give him a round of applause for being humble enough to and open-minded enough to make that starting lineup change. It's hard for a coach, especially during the second round of the playoffs, to be like, all right, this isn't working. We need to try something new. And obviously, Precious hasn't been playing bad. It's just he doesn't mix in well with the starters. I feel like Deuce came in and gave that energy. He, especially on Tyrese Halliburton, he was guarding him the whole time.
That pace,
the pace, they can match that speed with them, and obviously it's more buckets because obviously Precious is a little offensively challenged, to say the least. And I'm really happy that Tibbs made that move. The Knicks. Obviously, there was a report today that the Knicks are looking to extend Tibbs after this year to a very, very long extension, looking up to like $10 million a year. And I feel like he absolutely deserves it.
Yep.
A lot of people are hating. Like there's the Knicks hater narrative right now is like, oh, Tibbs runs his guys into the ground. They play 40 minutes a game, and that's why they get all these injuries. First of all these injuries have been freak injuries. Like, first of all, the Mitchell Robinson injury was straight up Joel Embiid.
Right.
Like Joel Embiid,
Bogdanovich,
straight dirty play. Batum knocked the fuck out of
Bogdanovich's ankle,
and
Julius Randle fell on his shoulder from Yam Yaquez. Like, come on, OG Anunoby.
What can you really do at this point,
bro? Like, there's literally no reason. I mean, I also saw memes yesterday that was like, you know what? The Timberwolves are still tired after Tom Thibodeau coached that team in 2018. Like, it was like, it's just ridiculous, some of these narratives against Tibbs. Yeah. And you know what? Last night, it didn't look like they were tired. I'll tell you that much. It didn't look like they lacked energy last night. Isaiah Hartenstein, Josh Hart getting more offensive rebounds than the entire Pacers team had offensive and defensive rebounds. I mean, this is crazy. Right. It was a clinic last night from the Heart Association in New York. It was
iHeart and Josh Hart. Well, especially iHeart. My three MVPs from last night's game is Isaiah Hartenstein, absolutely murdering the offensive boards. Oh man, Boardman gets paid. That boy about to get paid this offseason, the way he's acting. Obviously, Jalen Brunson, 44 points on only 5 field goal attempts, destroying once again another narrative that Brunson is some crazy foul hunter that, obviously he does get fouls, but let's not pretend that that's his whole game.
Nope.
Like, he is a fucking bucket, and he is approaching that top 5 NBA player
discussion
status.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even think it's a discussion anymore. I think he is a top 5 player in the NBA right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's the best player in the Eastern Conference that's left right now. He's easily the best playoff performer in the East. It's hard to argue against anything that Jalen Brunson's been doing. And how can you not root for the guy after the way he's been battling and pushing through these injuries, everything that's been going on with the Knicks? Like, the only people hating on Brunson and what the Villanova guys have going on are Sixers fans, Pacers fans, and I mean Crooms. That's it.
And the national media as well.
Knicks and 6. You know it, Nick. Nick is a Sixers fan who has been on the Knicks train and a real supporter and known ball about when it came to the Knicks for months now. And Nick, I'm glad you get to enjoy this with us. It's
an amazing run,
It's like incredible.
The through the adversity, through the injuries, through everything else, we're still out here kicking ass. And it's just an amazing thing to watch as a Knicks fan. I've never seen anything like it in my whole lifetime as a Knicks fan. And this is just so refreshing. And I'm just so happy that the Knicks are 1 game away from the fucking Eastern Conference Finals, man. It's so crazy to say, but I'm happy, man. We're here. We are fucking here.
You want to know the craziest part too is that I'm sure you remember Ed saying like, "Oh, it's Eastern Conference Finals or bust." Well, guess what? It's looking like Eastern Conference Finals, and you're missing your second best player. You're missing your Defensive Player of the Year candidate in Mitchell Robinson. You're missing the best perimeter defender in the NBA for a good chunk of the season and for part of the playoffs. And Jalen Brunson's still out here doing the damn thing,
still leading the way. So it just really shows how dangerous this Knicks team can and will be in the future as well. Like, we got 2 first-round draft picks this year. 7 in the next 3, I want to say. It's just scary, man. It's just getting very scary. And the national media, somebody's paying these guys off to hate, and it's sad.
Shaq and Chuck,
Draymond Green.
Draymond saying we're like the Hawks. Like,
what?
Bro,
what are we talking about?
The Hawks don't have a Julius Randle waiting in the wings over here. Like, listen, man, this is totally different. Shaq and Chuck saying that, like, it's unfortunate and they can't wait to watch us get bounced by Boston was just crazy. Like,
I just don't understand the hate.
Like, why?
I don't get it. What did the Knicks do? Yeah. What is going on that these national media guys are hating? Like, what are we doing as a team, as personalities, as I guess maybe it's the fans, but like,
but flying in Reggie Miller to call a game that he wasn't
crazy work
for, bro. Like,
that's crazy work. Like,
it's disgusting.
Stan Van Gundy, bro. Like,
they're doing their best. Doris Burke hates the Knicks. I mean, they're doing their best.
I just don't understand. Somebody's paying these guys off, man, to hate.
Brunson's having numbers that are literally in the echelon of guys like Wilt, Jordan, LeBron. Like, these are names that are solidified in Mount Rushmore of NBA, and they're downplaying it as much as possible because he's in orange and blue.
It's sad. And my theory has always been MSG. It's always because of the MSG network that these national TV guys are haters, because these they're not in the locker room press conferences. They're not able to, tap in with these Knicks players like the national media is able to tap in with all the other teams.
Right.
And I feel like that breeds a lot of jealousy and a lot of hate. And they hate James Dolan. And they are tight that the Knicks finally have a competent front office. They finally have the right scouts. They have all the right pieces in place.
Do we want to go ahead and say the best front office in the NBA right now? The Knicks have the brightest future out there. Like,
I believe so. I believe so, 100%. And it's crazy, like the executive of the year, Leon Rose had no mention in it. The T-Wolves guy won, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's sad, but I don't care. I don't care We're not here for that. Just like Brunson got fleeced off of Team USA. It's just they are collectively hating on the Knicks. And I don't care. It's fine because we're out here winning. That's all I care about. All I care about is us moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. All I care about is OG Anunoby getting healthy.
And his health, 100%.
That's all, two things I care about. Because, look, even though Boston might close this out tonight, that it's not sweet with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they think they haven't played anybody yet. You know, they played a injury riddled Miami Heat team, no Jimmy Butler.
And now the Cavs with no Donovan Mitchell for half the series.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Jason Tatum has been not, he's not rising to the occasion.
The Celtics, when it's well known when the Celtics play some real shit in the playoffs, they lose. You saw it last year when Miami was fully healthy. They've made it to the finals one time out of all the years they've been playing together. Mm-hmm. They do have a better team this year. Don't get me wrong.
They're deep.
But is Porzingis still out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. So hey, get ready.
Get
fucking ready because it's gonna be a bloodbath. And don't think this is gonna be a little 5-game series where y'all take an off game in game 2.
Right.
And cruise your way through because that's not gonna be the case against the Knicks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. And what I loved most about this Knicks victory was after the game, you saw the look on these players' faces. There wasn't a smile on that bench. Not a smile on that bench. They know this isn't over yet.
This
job is not
business
finished.
To handle.
Yep.
On Friday.
Got to head
we
down
need
to
win that game.
Yep.
It's a must win for both sides. Don't get it fucked up because if we lose game 6, that momentum is going to swing crazy as well to the Pacers side, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that. So, shit. Obviously, I think the Knicks win on Friday. I think it ends in 6.
Yep.
I really, truly do. We have the momentum. We have everything going for us. I think we finish it out. I really do think we finish it out.
Yep, I think so as well. I really liked, too, apparently the Knicks legends, John Starks, Patrick Ewing. I mean, they had LJ over there.
Stephon Marbury, man.
Bro,
that's what made me happy because, Marbury had big beef with the Knicks when he left.
Yeah, he was not.
He had
not
big problems.
Dolan.
And now they're looking like the AAU coaches, Starks and Marbury together right next to each other on the baseline.
They said
it's amazing.
Somebody said that they're making call-outs. I think it was Fred Katz. He was like, they're making call-outs, giving instructions to players. And
yes,
they're literally coaching. Like, that's an advantage at MSG. How could you not love it?
I love it, man. I love it. Latrell Sprewell, Melo.
Kyle O'Quinn.
Oh, Quinn was there,
bro.
Man.
Come on.
Come on, bro. Yep. We need J.R. Smith to pull up.
Him and Shump. Yeah,
we need Shump there. We need all the Knicks, the Knicks of the old, to really come out and support. And man, it's going to be a great series.
It's a magical run, man.
This is great. This is amazing. I just wish everybody was healthy because it would really we'd be going into Boston.
And Randall deserves this, bro.
Yeah,
he deserves a run like this. He's been here when everyone was making fun of us. Oh, the Knicks have 7 power forwards on the roster. And guess what? One of them was the foundation of this, turnaround. Julius Randle.
Right. And here's the thing, though, Matt. I'm kind of we're playing with house money right now because at the end of the day, I'm kind of even though I want Julius Randle there, I'm kind of happy that he's hurt. And this is why I'm saying I'm kind of happy he's hurt because it's showing how good Jalen Brunson really, really, truly is.
Right.
And that he's the bona fide number 1 guy on the team and not Julius Randle.
Right.
Julius Randle will now know his role when he comes back.
That is true.
He will know his place when he comes back next year. That he is not the number 1 guy. You are the number 2 guy. It's not 1A, 1B anymore. It is 1 and 2. Jalen Brunson is him.
And 3. OG. OG's here.
OG has stepped it up offensively too.
What was it? 29 points in that.
He was cooking before he got hurt, man. He was cooking. So, man, look.
I love that little mid-range he has too. He's really been tapping into it as well.
He's trying to tap into a Kawhi type of vibe, lockdown defense, great mid-range, be able to shoot off the dribble, fade away mid-range game.
Yep.
And corner threes and stuff like that. He's making them.
It's working.
And who's really impressed me in the past couple of games as well? Alex fucking Burks. I'm so happy Alex Burks has been able to step it up and just really take that veteran presence at the guard position off the bench and really make his shots, making smart plays, playing good defense, doing what he needs to do to make the Knicks win. And I'm just so proud of this team, man. I'm just so proud of this team.
Yeah, you can't help but feel an overwhelming feeling of gratitude when you've watched teams of the past. You know, like we watched Ramon Sessions at point guard. We watched Jarrett Jack at point
Langston Galloway.
Galloway.
Emmanuel Mudiay. Like, come on, bro. Like,
really bad. Like
Trey Burks.
Yeah.
Who else, man? It was just Elfrid Payton.
Yeah.
Man, bro. We haven't had our star-studded point guard since
that's it. Like since
starts the fuck
right. Yeah. Since Pablo Prigioni donned the blue and orange.
Jason Kidd,
right?
40-year-old Jason Kidd and Mike Bibby.
Kid. Yeah.
Man, I'm just so happy to be here. And even if we lose in the ECF, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care.
Right.
As long as we get past this round, I'm so satisfied with the next season and playoff run. Honestly, truthfully. All right, let's move on to the next series. Let's talk Nuggets T-Wolves.
Yeah.
Nuggets are on that ass.
They're here.
T-Wolves thought shit was sweet. They went up 2-0. Anthony Edwards was talking all that cash shit. And don't get me wrong, Anthony Edwards is one of my favorite players in the league. I really love what they got going on in Minnesota. Don't get it wrong. I love Nas Reed.
Right. Jersey native.
I do think Wemby got robbed for Defensive Player of the Year.
Agree.
With Rudy Gobert. But and that proved it last night because Jokic just dropped ass on him, bro.
They said when you turn Jokic to a scorer, the Nuggets don't win. Don't let Jokic turn to a score, bro. This guy's gonna find ways to beat you no matter what, man. He is a master of the game.
Yep. And I think honestly, the Nuggets are gonna win 4 straight.
I think so too.
I think they're gonna close it out.
Teams like that, man, like especially with a generational talent like Jokic, they know when to turn it up. And they know that next level that they can get to and need to get to. The Timberwolves, they were kind of playing. They were already on that hot streak. They came in with that momentum. Once that came to
they blew their load, man. They
did.
blew their load the first 2 games. And another thing is they've never been here.
Right.
They've never been in this position.
Right.
They've never played a number one, like a true bona fide number 1 West team in the second round of the playoffs. And you could tell. Malone and them made the adjustments.
Bro, Ant was locked down. Like everything was contested when it came to Anthony Edwards, and that's what you need. You got to make his life tough. He's going to get his regardless. Like he still got 18 points, which is nothing to sniff at essentially, but he shot 33%, and that's what you want. You want to hold him to as inefficient of a game as you possibly can.
Sure.
And that's what the Nuggets did. I mean, not known for their defensive execution as their entire team identity, but man, Mike Malone made his adjustments, and you see why. He's also a pivotal piece of this team, and it's not just Nikola Jokic.
Right. The Nuggets are super deep, and people seem to forget that. Like, yes, Jokic is an MVP. Yes, Jokic is the best player in the NBA, and it's not even close, honestly.
Yeah.
The gap between the number 1 player and the number 2 player in the NBA is kind of far right now. Like,
it is.
People say Giannis, but guess what? Giannis, he can't sniff Jokic right now. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care what anybody has to say. And even though Jokic is that good,
it can't go understated the importance of guys like Aaron Gordon.
They have the depth.
MPJ.
Right. MPJ, Jamal Murray.
KCP. Like, it's crazy. Reggie Jackson has a role on that
They
team.
got dogs on that team, and they know their role, and they play the game the right way.
Right.
When you play the game the right way, the benefits reap every time in the playoffs.
The basketball gods will reward you for ethical hoops.
Every time.
Yep.
Every fucking time.
Yep,
and the Nuggets
Sixers
play. Exactly.
That's it. Boston struggling right now with 3 starters out for the Cavs. It's early, but this should not be close. That's what they do, though. Boston's tend to play down to their opponents in these past 2 years.
They like to take the foot off the pedal, man, at times. And like I said, if they play the Knicks next round, that's not a team that you could just take the foot off the pedal with. You can't. Like, the Cavs are sweet. That's a sweet team. I don't care what anybody has to say. The Cavs are sweet.
To me,
sweet.
That's where the difference comes between Joe Mazzulla and Ime Udoka. Udoka did not allow them to take their foot off the gas. And he would push them and still keep one of the Jays in to really keep them elevated and keep that lead. And I feel like now they get too comfortable, and neither of the Jays, one of them out there, can be relied on when the other's on the bench. Like, they need their full starting 5 in to be effective. And even then, man, listen, they played the Knicks with their full starting 5 in a game that didn't even need to be competitive.
And they got cooked.
They got
fucking cooked. And they made it competitive. Joe Mazzulla brought all of his starters back just to see how they line up with them, because he knew they were gonna have to see them boys, and they got that ass smoked. So look, man, if OG is back and healthy game 1 and Porzingis is still out, come game 1, it's anybody's fucking series. I don't care what nobody got to say, bro. Nobody, bro. I do not care. Can we do an intermission talk about the playoffs? And I want to focus real quick on, because I totally forgot about the NBA lottery as well. The Hawks get the first pick with a 3%, 2% chance. How do you feel about the NBA lottery, Matt? Because I'm starting to like not like it in a sense. It's like, it's weird to me, because like the Pistons be getting fucking fleeced on. They be getting treated by the NBA. This is what, the 3rd year in a row that they had the 5th pick, with even though they had the worst record.
I think the issue is that it seems like a great idea at first, and now that we're gathering larger and larger sample sizes of what it's actually becoming, we're like, okay, it was made to prevent tanking, but yet the team that's kind of not tanking but losing the most is getting screwed out of it, because it's almost as if they're tanking. Right, like they're unintentionally tanking, but they're so
literally
bad
unintentional. They're just that bad,
right?
And they're getting cooked
as if they were a tanking team by the rule that was meant to prevent tanking.
Right. I don't think a team that has the worst record should slide all the way to 5. That's bullshit. The worst should be a top 3 pick for that worst team. And I don't think a play-in team like the Hawks, they were in the fucking play-in, should get the number 1 pick. I don't give a fuck.
I agree.
They do not deserve that pick, bro.
At least it's one of the weakest drafts, literally, in the past decade.
It's a very weak draft. And here's the thing as well. Like, Piston fans are calling conspiracy like a motherfucker right now. Devin is pissed.
Right.
My boy Devin is pissed. He's a diehard Pistons fan. And it seems like he was like, look, every time a superstar is about to leave a team, they somehow get the first pick. Like, it's looking like Trae Young is out of there
until all of a sudden
they get the number 1 pick.
It is pretty nasty. The NBA, I almost said NFL. The NBA's got to do something about this kind of middle ground, because the Pistons, or the team that's in the Pistons' shoes, because that could be any team. That could have been the Charlotte Bobcats, that constantly just kept getting screwed out of that high pick. They got to figure out like a middle ground. I
think they should go back to the old lottery system where, you can't drop to 1 to 5 and the top 3 teams have super high chances to get the number 1 pick. And then everybody else has like a 4% chance.
Yeah.
Like I would like to see like 4 to 13, a good chance to jump from, the 13th pick to the 4th pick. And vice versa, teams can go back and forth. Those 4 to 13
but if
teams can switch
bad
them
enough
up.
to be in that top
3 got to be locked in.
Right.
Bro. It's getting very corny.
I agree.
Point. It's getting corny. And you know what? Shout out to the Hawks, but like, it's a weak draft. This ain't really gonna do nothing for you.
Right.
But what I do like, and what I'm really, really interested to see this offseason in particular, is what the Spurs do. They have the number 4 pick. They have the number 8 pick. And I wouldn't be surprised if they use that number 8 pick to get Trae Young.
If they package a little something and get Wemby his point guard.
Yeah, Wemby needs his point guard this offseason. And I really want to see what they're going to do this offseason, because this is a big offseason for the Spurs. I feel like they could turn it around and be a playoff caliber team if they make all the right moves.
I think so as well. And I mean, even though the West was really competitive, they were right there in the thick of things leading up to the play-in spots. I mean, even the team like the Rockets as well. Those young teams were still fighting towards the end. So I commend him. I think Trae Young is out of there. Rayford Young, his dad, on Twitter has been liking tweets that are suggesting bad coaching in Atlanta and some issues within the personnel. So I really think
it's been poverty there since that Eastern Conference.
And you know what?
It's been real poverty.
I was there this weekend, man. The city smells like Newark. So it's really just, it's bad. I can't blame them for wanting out. So I don't know. I think the Spurs are the best destination, but it's a weak draft. So really, like,
who's the bona fide number 1 pick? I don't even know. Like Dillinger?
Yeah, or that really tall kid. Man, let me pull up the tankathon. It felt good though, as a Knicks fan, to not have to know when
Not to
that
care.
was. Right?
And we still have 2 picks in the first round.
They
too.
do. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate that that's the first, like that's the year that we have 2 first-round picks. But hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they use that as leverage for some type of role player.
That's what I'm saying. I think we package those picks and get somebody decent, somebody just a really good role player.
Bro, go get me. Like at this point, with how weak that draft is, take those picks. At least one of them. Go get me Alex Caruso.
Yeah, or TJ McConnell.
Right.
I like TJ McConnell on this all day long.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like his energy. He's one of those players. Every series, I have a player that I'm like, all right, I respect this guy.
Right.
Last series, it was Maxey. This series is TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell, he's playing Knicks basketball. He plays Knicks style ball. And I would not be surprised if we made a move for a TJ McConnell type to come off the bench next year.
Right. But we said in the clip today, the Knicks really don't even need nobody.
We just need to be healthy.
That's it.
We just need to be healthy.
Get
We can win the championship fully healthy. I truly believe that now. After seeing it, I've seen enough. Where does LeBron James Jr. get drafted? Where? I think he gets drafted in the late second.
You ready for this?
Okay.
Cleveland.
Yeah, that's been a theory.
LeBron was at dinner in Cleveland this past
week. On Mother's Day, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. I seen that. I could see the Cavs drafting Bronny in the second round and getting LeBron James Sr. to finish out his career, do his final 2 years, have his little victory tour, yada yada. Oh, it's gonna be disgusting. But hey, it's gonna be, it'll be competitive in the East. I would love to see the Knicks send the Cavs home while, oh my God, on LeBron James's retirement tour.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
No, that would be entertaining. I would love that. And the first overall pick is this guy Zachary Rusacher. He's
a foreigner.
Yeah, bro. Most of this top 10, it looks like foreign players. That kid Nikola Topic. Yeah, like bro, they're just spawning.
There's so many Nikola Jovic. Yeah. Nikola Topic.
It's like when you're playing 2K and you run out of you're past the year limit and they just start generating guys in there. Like we just got to start pumping Jokic's, Nikola's. It's like Khabib and his family with the UFC. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, very similar shit.
It's crazy. But all right, let's head over. What's the last
series?
Thunder and Mavs, right?
Thunder Mavs, and this is honestly, besides the Knicks Cavs, probably the most entertaining series. What's the series? 2-2?
2-2.
That's I believe this series is going 7. Every single game has been a banger.
Gritty.
It's been a banger. I do think the Thunder edged them in 7 though, just because of the depth.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Mavs wins was because Tim Hardaway Jr. actually stepped up once every 10 games.
Right.
He'll give you one every 10 games, he'll give you a banger.
He'll give you something.
But he's not going to give you a banger for the rest of the series.
Nope. Definitely.
And they need that third guy. They just don't have that third guy that can step up and score and put up 20 to 25 points when they really need somebody.
Right.
Obviously, Luka is going to get his. Obviously, Kyrie is going to get his.
Right.
But who's that third guy that's going to really step up for them when they truly, really, truly need them? And they don't have that guy, in my opinion. They just don't have that guy.
Nah. I mean, when it comes down to it, the Thunder just have so many different places that they can beat you in. And it's always just a team effort when it comes to them, whether it's Chet, J-Dub, Shy. There's just so many different ways.
And those are 3 guys that you can say, hey, they can put up 25 at any time.
Anytime.
You know what I'm saying? They can do that. J-Dub is a guy who stepped up significantly this year that can, when shit gets real, can really turn it up. And then they have lockdown defenders, Lou Dort. They have great depth.
Right.
And that's what Dallas just does not have. They're so top heavy, man.
Yep.
They're so top heavy. And yes, Lively's great, Gafford's great, you know what I'm saying? But they're not buckets. They're not buckets.
I agree.
And THJ is a poor man's J.R. Smith. I mean poverty man's, not even poor man. I'm talking about he's way worse than J.R. Smith. But like I said, that you can't rely on THJ to be that guy for you.
No,
you know,
no. If
you
he's
just
the
can't.
one, if
You
he's
just
the one
can't.
that
I'm
has
sorry.
to step up,
I'm
then
sorry.
the
You just
series
can't.
is over.
Somebody has to step up for that Dallas team, and honestly, I just don't see it. I think Thunder get them in 7.
I think so too. It's sad because Luka's really kind of choking it away. I hate to say it, those missed free throws were detrimental. And now it's like he can't step up most when if you're passing the ball to Tim Hardaway Jr., bro, like we have some serious issues when it comes to taking that, initiative and being that guy on your team. Like that can't pass, bro.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And we'll see what happens. But shit, man. Anything else?
It's dry out here,
It's
man.
dry out
we need
here.
somebody to drop a diss track or something.
What about the Shaq Shannon Sharp diss track?
Oh God, the corniness of them. Like, I know, like we say that we can't stand like NBA on TNT, but we're gonna miss it when it's gone.
Oh man, yeah. Can we talk about that real quick? Because yes, even though Shaq and Charles are fucking Knicks haters,
right?
There's no better program as far as national TV NBA coverage.
Yep.
Better than the TNT inside the NBA.
Right.
And they're going to be missed, man. Nobody wants to see that bullshit on NBC, bro. Nobody wants to see that shit.
Right.
I'm mad as hell when games are on ABC, bro. I'd be mad. I'm like, why is the games on ABC? I want to watch it on TNT. I want to see entertainment.
Right.
I want to laugh. I want to, and still get a professional perspective on the game.
Right. It's more like watching the game with your homies than it is watching just a professional sports broadcast.
And like I said, alternative media is the future. People are tired of watching ESPN. People are tired of watching ABC. People are tired of watching NBC. So people are tired of watching Fox. People want to watch fun stuff. People want to laugh. People want to be comfortable while watching the game. And that's what Shaq, Charles, Kenny, and Ernie did. And it really sucks. It really sucks that they're going to get rid of it. I think it's a terrible move on the NBA to do this.
And it
terrible.
Looks like
they're choosing money over fandom, and that's bullshit. It's bullshit. And another thing that's pissing me off, and I'll close it out with this, is the NFL making everything subscription. You seen the tweets where like it's going to cost the average NFL fan like $850 to watch every single game.
Watch games, bro.
You're forcing people to go on Stream East.
You are.
You're forcing them. You're not giving them a choice at this point. Everybody's going to be watching the game 1 minute behind, and they're going to take the buffering. They're going to take the bullshit just to watch the games for free because you're honestly you're taking money out your own pocket at this point.
You are.
You're taking money out your own fucking pocket, and it's sad. Put all the game, give exclusive rights to one streaming service.
But the NFL, man, they're the suits. It sucks. But
it kills me, bro. Suit. The Christmas games are on Netflix this year, bro.
It's crazy.
Come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Peacock, Netflix, Apple, fucking, what else?
Even on Nickelodeon at this point.
Nickelodeon, like, bro, fucking just give it to one fucking streaming service, bro. Like, stop the fucking malarkey, bro. It's getting fucking tired.
Prime was one thing. You got Thursday night on
Prime.
People didn't have an issue with it to that extent.
Right.
Now you're getting a little carried away. It's almost like how far can we push the casual fan?
Yeah, I feel like they're testing that. They're testing the line. Like, all right, how far can we really take it before we get real backlash?
Right.
So us as fans, guys, clip this, Sergio. Us as fans need to fucking step our foot down and just collectively watch it on Streamies. I don't give a fuck if I'm promoting something illegal. I don't care. I don't care at this point. We need to step our foot down and make a statement and not watch these fucking games when they're on streaming services.
It's a clown show.
It is fucking stupid. And I'm tired of it. And we need to make a stand. So guys that are watching this clip, fucking watch it on Stream East or Crack Streams or whatever the fuck you want to watch.
Whatever site gets you going.
Yeah. All right. I think that wraps it up for this week. And I didn't even press that button. I appreciate y'all for tuning in once again. You already know what time it is. We'll be back next week. MoSports TV. Yes, sir.
Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks.